Hello everybody, Kenneth Hollins here with HollinsMusic.com. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes and watching today. Now what I have for you is something that I have a lot of fun with, and hopefully this will help someone if you have this problem. Sometimes you are in situations where you have to play the piano or the keyboard by yourself. Or in other words, you don't have a drummer, you don't have a bass player, you don't have a guitarist, you don't have an organist. It is just you by yourself, and you could be playing songs that are up tempo, and you really want to make the songs feel good when you are playing. And so what can you do when you're in a situation like that? Okay, so let's talk about that for a few minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to take a simple congregational type song like There's Power, Wonder Working Power in the Blood of the Lamb. Okay, so we're going to take that song and put it in a standard key of D flat. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just play right now the basic chords of the song, so you can just kind of hear what it sounds like. Okay, so the song is okay. Okay, so those are the basic chords. Now, say for example you're somewhere and it is just you. You could be on an acoustic piano. It could be just you and your keyboard. What can you do to make it sound fuller? To make it sound more exciting? Now you don't have a drummer, you don't have a bass player, you don't have anybody playing with you. It's just people singing and you playing. What I try to do is approach situations like that like a ragtime piano player. Okay, and this is something that I studied years ago, and I love to apply it to gospel piano. Now by ragtime, what I mean is this type of playing. Okay, that type of playing like that, ragtime. And the key to it really is what you do with your left hand. Okay, now this is the secret. The left hand is not only playing the bass notes, but the left hand is acting as the bass player and the drummer. That's the key to it. Okay, now what would the bass player be doing in a song like There's Power, a Wonder Working Power? What would a bass player be doing? Something like this. So that's somewhat of like what the bass player will be doing in a situation like that. Okay, now the question is, now what would the drummer be doing? Okay, now I can't necessarily play that on the keyboard, but it would be something like boom bop boom bop boom bop boom bop. So it's a down and up, down up, down up, and that's, to be specific, it would be the kick drum and the snare drum. Boom bop boom bop. And so what you're trying to do with your left hand is emulate the bass and the drums. Okay, now how do you do that? You take the chords of the song. So let's say for example, excuse me, so the first chord is a D flat chord. So the bass note is going to be D flat, and the chord is going to be D flat major. Okay, so we could do this. Okay, and then the bass would move like this. So let's put it together with the left hand. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're getting the bass line in there, we're getting the chords in there, and the feel of the bass player and the drummer together with the left hand. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, now if we keep going, now we're going to go to D flat dominant 7 over F, heading to F sharp major, G diminished, D flat major over A flat. So this is what we have now. Okay, so I'm keeping that same boom bop while playing the bass note and the chord. So let's slow it down and look at just the left hand by itself. This is the dominant 7, F sharp major, G diminished, okay, so do you see that? So I'm taking my left hand and trying to create that feel. That's somewhat of that stride type of piano or ragtime type of piano. So I will literally approach my left hand that way while doing things with my right hand. So let's slow it down a little bit, okay? And I'll show you a little bit what I do with my right hand when I'm trying to play like this. Okay, so you see how I'm doing it. Now, what I would do to simplify it, sometimes I don't move as much with the left hand because sometimes it's difficult to do depending on how fast it is. So sometimes I don't move as much, but I will give you that same type of feel, that bop, boom, bop, while playing the actual chords and the bass note. So let's try it again and watch how I simplify my left hand now. I do it sometimes I don't. Let me just break it down with the left hand. All right, that's it. Okay, so that was there's power, wonder working power in the blood of the Lamb. But I wanted you to see some things that you can do and experiment with your left hand to try to put yourself in a position, if you're playing just the piano or keyboard by yourself, things that you can do to make it sound fuller. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Like this channel and hit the notification bell. That really helps the channel. It really helps to build the channel up, and I really appreciate if you would do that. And then also go to my website, hollandsmusic.com, where I have several videos for beginners, intermediate, and advanced players, things to really help you to take your playing to a new level. And you also can go on my website and sign up for free lessons, and you can get lessons sent directly to your email. Okay, so again, thank you so much for taking the time and watching this. And always remember, HMPI, we're serving gospel musicians all over the world.